Yeah, sweet. So you guys started to get a good feel for, I guess, fingers on top of the ball and then rotating over, which is good. Okay, cool. The slider, okay, I'll touch on the slider because it's very simple. I guess the basics, the starting point is very simple to a curveball, except the only thing that you change is when you get to release point at a curveball, your fingers are directly over the top of the ball. With a slider, you might just be out to the side. Okay, so a curveball generally goes from like a 12 to 6 if you look at a clock. So from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, so it breaks straight down. Where you can have like a bit of a slider or a cutter, okay, that might have a bit more of a diagonal to it. So like a 3 to 8 or 2 to 8 type movement there. Okay, so and all that is just simply as, I guess, just a starting point, simply as having exact same position, exact same grip, except for at release point, instead of being over the top, you might just be out to the side a little bit. And it's just something to start with. I guess that's a starting point. And then as they advance, you start to tinker with different grips and all that sort of stuff. But just the starting point, the difference between a curveball and then a slider, just move the wrist out a little bit. Alrighty. All right, just come a little bit closer. We're just going to go through, I guess, general philosophies with pitching, and then we will go into, I guess, improvement strategies or common flaws that you'll see. Okay, I guess philosophy with pitching. What are some general philosophies? If I say, what is that? I guess the pitcher comes up here within your team, or with this one pitcher that you're working with. Overall, there's probably an overall common theme with pitching. What's the pitcher trying to accomplish? As soon as before they throw pitch one or at pitch one, what are they trying to accomplish? Get ahead, get a strike. Get a strike. We are trying to get ahead. Okay. The basic principle that we work with is get ahead, or basic philosophy that we work with is first pitch, get ahead, get a strike. If we don't get a strike first pitch, we're trying to get a strike second pitch. Okay. We have to get ahead. Okay. There's another philosophy that flows on after that. Sorry? You're right. So we're going to get ahead and then we're going to stay ahead. Okay? So get ahead in the count and then stay ahead in the count. If you can stay ahead in the count as a pitcher, all right, the odds are all for you. All right? The odds are for you. They're not for the hitter, they're for you. So get ahead and stay ahead. Okay? There's a chart on the Baseball Queensland website that gives you batting averages at different counts. Batters counts and hitters counts and pitchers counts, and you can see once the pitcher is ahead, the batting average decreases dramatically. Okay. On the flip side, once the batter gets ahead, all of a sudden the odds are back in their favour. So for a pitcher, we get ahead, we stay ahead. Okay. Once we get ahead and stay ahead, now it's all about, I guess, tilts and then angles. Okay. So tilts is what we say. We might go, I guess we go up and in, or diagonals, tilts or diagonals, up and in followed by low and away. Okay, low and away followed by up and in to away. Okay, so you just work opposites. Okay, I guess that just keeps hitters off balance a little bit. So we get ahead, we stay ahead, and then we, I guess, tilt or use diagonals. All right, they're just the three general philosophies there within pitching. It's nice, it seems nice and simple, but to get there might be a bit of a challenge. But you just get ahead, stay ahead, and then we tilt. Or diagonals, whatever you want to call it. We just refer to it as tilts. Okay, so change the eye level, change the different timing of the delivery. All right, whether it's a fastball followed by a changeup, whether it's a fastball up and in, so a basic tilt, a fastball up and in, and then a curveball low and away to a right-handed batter. Okay, so fastball up and in, curveball low and away. That's just a generic tilt that we can use once we stay ahead. All right. Once you fall behind, I guess what's our basic philosophy there? Once we're behind, we got to throw strikes. We got to try and catch up. We need to get back ahead. So throw strikes, throw strikes, throw strikes. Once you're ahead, then you start to mix things up a little bit. Okay. Under 14s. Is anyone coaching under 14s or even Little League here now? Yep. All right. Sweet. As of this year, curveballs were introduced at all levels now, so there was no restriction anymore. We still want to follow with the philosophy of throw, I guess, with Little League and under 14s, just to help them grasp the concept. We're going to throw one curveball to one batter only one curveball just to start with. Everything is keyed off the fastball. Okay, if you cannot establish your fastball, it's very difficult to throw an off-speed pitch. It's very difficult for you. This is probably later on, right? Juniors could probably get away with it at a younger age group, but once they get to a certain point, say, under 18s, if they can't establish their fastball, it's very difficult then to fool someone with a changeup. It's very difficult to fool someone with a breaking ball because you haven't established your fastball. You haven't sped up, all right, the batter's timing on the fastball. With a fastball, yeah, and then they're right on it. Okay. All of a sudden, if you throw fastballs, establish the fastballs, okay, and all of a sudden you throw something different, and their timing is for the fastball, all of a sudden they're all out of positioning, and then hopefully the batter can flick at it. But for our sake, we've got that batter out of position. Potentially, they're going to miss the ball. Alrighty. When do we? Okay, now we're going to go on to practicing now, and we're going to go through some teaching stuff. So when do we practice our pitches?
Training.
At training, our practice. Yep. When else can we practice our pitches? Before the game. Okay, excellent. Are we going to practice our pitches anywhere else?
In between innings.
Yeah, in between innings. Yeah, I guess you can probably have it that way too. I guess, but you guys established, I guess, at practice or pre-game, okay, not in the game. Okay, especially for kids. Okay, I mean, even adults as well. All right. I guess as soon as they're a pitcher, just let them throw the ball. Don't worry about coaching them. Don't worry about changing their technique. Don't worry about, you know, if they ask you a question, you may just give a slight answer, but don't try to reinforce a brand new thing, or all you're doing is just reminding something that you've already spoken about, and that's it. Okay. But as soon as this pitcher stands up here to pitch the game, they are a pitcher. That's all they're doing. Don't worry about running out here as a coach every second pitch, or every inning, because you're allowed to every inning to come out and give instructions. If you want to give instruction, let them wait till they finish what they're doing, get them in the dugout, and if you want to talk to them, wait for them to come talk to you, as opposed to you rush up there, because they might have to worry about hitting or something else. They may have not been worried about, I guess, pitching at the moment. They probably want to have a break for a second. Okay, so just once they get up here, let them pitch. Come practice time is when you become your coach. Okay, so you coach at practice, you let the kids just play the game, and you just manage that everyone is safe and everyone's hitting in the same lineup and everyone's going into the positions that you're after. Outside of that, when you start coaching, is at practice. Okay. So we're at practice. Bullpens. If I say a bullpen, does everyone understand when a pitcher throws a bullpen, that's the pitching practice? Does everyone sort of understand that concept? So if everyone turns around, Andrew, if you turn around, see where the mound is on the side there, just behind the fence there. That's what we call a bullpen. That's where the pitchers practice. Okay, so you can see there's like, I think is there 2 or 3 there, Kerry? Two. So there's 2 bullpens. So 2 pitchers. If you have 2 catchers, 2 pitchers can get their work in over there. Now, once a pitcher enters the bullpen, okay, I guess we still have a philosophy in that we don't worry about mechanics in there. Okay, pitcher goes into the bullpen and they just do a bullpen routine with the whole concept of centering. You know, we spoke about centering when we throw. Exact same sort of deal when you're pitching. It's just, there's a spot, I'm going to hit that spot. Okay. Next spot, there it is there, I'm going to hit that spot. So a basic routine might be, a fastball away. So I get up, I throw a fastball away. And I'm trying to hit the catchers, inside the catchers, right in the middle of the glove there. Okay, fastball inside, bam. As a coach, you're just really you can take notes if you want to as a coach to give some guidance at the end of the bullpen session. But I guess what we're trying to avoid is you talking about mechanics or going through a drill or an exercise that involves mechanics while they're throwing a bullpen. All right, bullpen is all about location, location, location. That's all they're worried about. Whatever it takes to get there, sort of similar to the T drill, whatever it takes just to get there. All right, we're just going to practice, whatever it takes to get there. Same sort of deal here with pitching. In the bullpen, let them go. Whatever it takes for them to throw a strike. If they miss it, that's okay, we just move on to the next pitch. Okay. Also too, I'm a catcher by trade, and when you get a little bit older, if you're a catcher stuck in a bullpen and you've got a pitching coach talking about mechanics, all of a sudden I'm stuck in the bullpen waiting for this fellow to throw the ball. All of a sudden this 10-minute bullpen becomes half an hour and I miss out on hitting. So, because I'm stuck in this bullpen while the pitching coach is talking about mechanics. So the key is to try and get one bullpen done in 10 minutes. If you can get a bullpen done in 10 minutes, done and dusted, sweet. Then after the bullpen, then you can go work on mechanics. That sort of makes sense there? All right, so not only are you working with the pitcher, you also, the catcher's got to sit there and wait for this one pitch to come. And then you throw it back and all of a sudden we're sitting there waiting again. All right, so it's just all about location, location, location. Establishing all your pitches in different locations, not so much the strike zone, but also a little bit further than the strike zone as well. Okay. Sweet. So now we're gonna go through some common flaws, as well as some activities or drills. Here we go. I'll start again. We're gonna go through some common flaws, and then we'll go through some correctional methods. Activities or drills on how to improve those common flaws. Okay. So you guys have been around, or some of the guys have been around for a little bit. What are some common flaws you've seen with pitching?
They hang their glove arm.
What do you mean by hang their glove arm, mate?
Like not having it close to the body, like when they're throwing, it's kind of, you know, hanging and putting them off balance.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, you're cool. So I guess that's just a throwing mechanic. Does that sort of make sense? So it's not so much a pitching mechanic. What's the difference between pitching and throwing? There's one. Sorry, a mound. Yeah. Think about the mechanics. What's the difference between throwing a ball, okay, and pitching a ball? Yeah, front leg. Excellent. There we go. Front leg. Plus, I'm also stationary too. So in regards to upper body and stuff, that's just basic general throwing mechanics. So you can just establish that while you do your throw program. There's something that's more specific to pitching. I guess what are some common flaws?
What's considered a balk?
A balk? Oh yeah, we'll get onto that a little bit later. But just real quickly, yeah, I can show you what a balk is. Oh, there's many ways you can balk. I'll show you just real quickly. But yeah, so I mean, a balk is when I come to my set, I don't stop. So when you come to your set, you have to have some sort of pause. Whether it's a 1 second pause, a 3 second pause, there's got to be some sort of pause there. You just can't get your sign and then start pitching. Once your hands come together, all right, there's two things that can move, your back foot or your front foot. My apologies, and your head. Okay, so your head can try and have a bit of a peek, what's going on. My hands should still be together. Front foot lifts up, I pitch to the plate, back foot comes off. Okay, I can become an infielder or I can pick off. Okay, if I'm in this position here and I move my shoulders, that's a balk. Okay, the only thing that can move, 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, pitch to the plate, step off. All right, or if I'm in a position here, I can have a peek with my head. I can't physically turn my shoulders around. I can't in this position here either. So my feet are got to be stationary. As soon as 1 foot moves, I have to start moving somewhere in that direction. Which that's another balk as well. So a false start. Well, one of these ones. All right, that's a balk as well. But yeah, when we get there, I'll get on to, because that'll lead on to pickoffs. All right. Common flaws. Here we go. Some common flaws where you might have a pitcher that's not very balanced at balance point with their leg kick. So they might be a little bit here. Okay. You might find that they have a slight pause before they pitch. Okay. We still need that dynamic balance going on, and we still need to get this leg up. Okay. So they might be off balance by trying to get their leg up. So to help these guys get balance, they may just be kicking to here. Okay. And then trying to pitch from there. Another common flaw is that when a pitcher starts to pitch, all of a sudden they get to front foot strike and their hands may not be in the right position. Okay, they still might be together. Okay, or this is probably one of the most common ones is, see how my arm sort of stopped moving on me? So I got to that high leg kick and then my arm went to this position here straight away. Now all of a sudden I've stopped momentum with my arm. I've just gone straight from here to here and then I'm pretty much just generating force from there to there. So you might as well start and pitch like that. All right, so that's two common flaws is they'll be off balance at leg kick, they may not get high enough at leg kick, or they lose momentum with their arm or at some point within their body, so it's before they throw. All right, so we're going to go through some activities here to help with that. We're just going to go through just a little bit quickly. So if I can get someone to be, I'll get 2 people to be my demonstration partners. Demonstration people, please.
Very good, mate. And good.
Anyone else?
I've been his partner.
There you go. So you hop down there, mate. Ryan. Here you go. Take this one, mate, please. There you go. Yep. Just a little bit closer, mate. Oh, mate, on the grass is fine. Yeah, give you a little bit more room, Kurt. You guys control a little bit.
Okay.
Stay there, mate. Stay there, Ryan. So you're going to just put yourself up here, this position, and you're just going to pitch. Alrighty. Alright, so this activity here, alright, off you guys can start doing it. So this activity here, so you're going to start on